and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be taking a look at the Wonderswan on playing on the RG350, and the emulator in question is this one called OSwan. So that's what we're going to be having a look at today. So luckily the model of RG350 that I bought came with a preloaded memory card stacked full of games, and there's a huge selection of Wonderswan games on here. There's perhaps, I don't know, 200 or so, maybe 150 to 200, but there's a lot of games. Now I don't really have much experience with the Wonderswan because it was around about 2000 to 2002 this game was around, and I was playing my Game Boy Advance at that time. So it'll be quite interesting to see how these games hold up, because it was huge in Japan, but outside of Japan it did struggle. So I've made a little short list of games which I've been told I ought to check out. So I'm going to zip through those now. We're just going to play a minute or two of each one. I've got about 10 listed here, and we'll just get a quick glimpse of just how well the system handles it. So first off then, we've got one called Mr. Driller. Now, as I said, a lot of these are in Japanese, so it makes them a little bit tricky to understand, so we're just going to sort of muddle our way through as best we can. Well, it was starting all right, wasn't it? Okay. So it's a bit like Boulder Dash, isn't it? Do you remember that one? That's quite good fun, this. Oh. I was lucky. Oh, got me. Oh, well, that's not too bad. That wasn't a bad start, was it? Mr. Driller. I think those are little air pockets that I'm picking up there. Anyway, as I said, I don't know a lot about this, so we're going to have a little... I doubt many other people know a lot about this system, so I'm just going to stop it there, and we'll get on with the next one. As you can see, there's a lot of Japanese there. So I'm hoping I'm choosing the right options here, but... is it going to be something that I can work out what's going on? Oh. Ah, that was just a cutscene. Phew. Right. So that is me floating around, getting shot at. So it's like mid-air fighting. Well, I've got to admit, it's not something I've done before. Got him. It's certainly a bit mad, isn't it? Well, I guess it is what it is. Perhaps not my typical cup of tea, but I can't complain. That's two half-decent games, I have to say. Yeah, these are alright. Certainly something to investigate. But let's have a look at the next game. Let's have a look at the next one, which is Crazy Climber. So this is actually a re-release of an old arcade game. You actually play it sideways, and the Wonderswan, you could actually do that. It was designed to play in both orientations, so you could play this one vertically. So let's just see how quickly we can get it started. So I remember the old arcade game, you had to just sort of climb up the side of the building, didn't you? But But it's hardly Fast and Furious, is it? This is a crazy climber. It's a bit of an anti-climax. That's what that climber is. It's an anti-climax. No, I'm not wasting any more time on that one. Now the next one I've got is called Gunpey. Now this was very much dedicated to Gunpei Yokoi. He was the guy who created the well, he's got quite a... He originally created the Game & Watch games for Nintendo back in the late 70s, early 80s. He then went on to create the original Game Boy, amongst other things. Absolute genius. Tragically killed very young, helping someone had a flat tire and he stopped to give them a hand and then got clipped by another car on the side of the road. What a shame. So I see this one's also in the vertical format. Or I believe this one uses both formats. Lovely graphics, isn't it? Don't forget, with the Wonderswan, there was the Wonderswan and then the later Wonderswan Color. And a lot of these were remade for the Game Boy Advance and the PSP. Back in the day. I don't remember how to play this. I do vaguely remember playing this one before. You have to sort of get the lines over. Super tricky. There we are. So you just make a line going across. One of those tricky sort of puzzle games, but they have their appeal. So you get the idea. So yeah, this was a little dedicated game to the great Gunpei Yokoi. And that's not too bad, that one. Interesting. I don't mind games that play it sort of vertically like this. It's something a little bit different, isn't it? Right, on to the next one. Okay, indeed. That wasn't too bad. Next one we got is Pocket Fighters. Now, the Wonderswan doesn't have too many fighting games. So we'll see what this one is like. Pocket Fighter, there we are. Capcom. This is one of those devices, the Wonderswan, which if you don't play it on an emulator, you want to play it on the original equipment, be prepared to pay a lot of money for it because it's expensive, and any game for it, a bit like the Neo Geo Pocket Color, they're really expensive, you know, some of these games. And to me, they're worth playing on emulator. I wouldn't collect it. But that may be just me. Okay. Can't really get on with much of the Japanese, can we? So we'll just have to do our best. Nice music. No mercy. Round one. Fight. Oh. Now, am I going to go with my traditional record of beat-em-ups on film, where I literally get killed very easily? Or will I be lucky? No, it looks like this guy's got the better of me already. Considering it's black and white, the graphics are not too bad actually, are they? What a shame, because this would look lovely in colour. It really would. It seems quite fair as well, doesn't it? You know, we're quite evenly matched. Oh, ha, that's a special move and a half, isn't it? Well, it was a closer battle than I thought. I know it's not over yet. Not too bad, that actually. Not too bad. I don't think we need a round 2, do we? But that's Pocket Fighters. So I've got a couple more games for us to have a look at. So the next one is called Final Lap Special. So we'll see what that one's like. It's just a racing game, as you would expect, with a name like that. A Final Lap Special. And as I said, my RG350 came with about 150 to 200 or so games on it already loaded. So there's loads to go through, but the ones we're looking at today are ones that are supposed to be good. Oh dear. I think I've chosen manual gears rather than automatic. That could be fatal. Well, I'm still up to over 200, so... Well, you have to remember that this was around the time of the Game Boy Advance. So how does this compare? I think there's definitely probably better Game Boy Advance games, better Game Boy Advance driving games than this one. But even so, it's reasonably accomplished, isn't it? This one's just a simple loop the track. See if I can catch up with them. I've done one lap now. Do you know what this is missing? Missing a bit of music. I guess I've been spoilt with Outrun. I mean, I'm going pretty quick. Yeah, I'm still not really catching up with them, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, that's Final Lap, and it is what it is, I suppose. Every system needs a racer, and that's the Wonderswan's racer. So let's have a look at one more. Oh, I had to retire, look at that. So the last game I've got for us to take a look at is one that we should all be familiar with, and that's Golden Axe. So let's have a look. Obviously, this is the Japanese Golden Axe. So once again, I'm hoping we can just get in and view it. Well, there we are. It looks like a different system, doesn't it? I mean, it is in effect, because this is the Wonderswan colour rather than the black and white. Oh dear, it's Japanese. I'm just like accepting. Okay. Okay, we're into the game. Okay. I have one ability. Move and sword them. Swipe my blade. So there you go. I hope you have sort of whetted your appetite with the Wonderswan. It's once again one of those emulators that comes with my RG350. It comes preloaded, so it would be crazy not to at least have a look at it. I've not got many emulators left that I haven't actually covered now for the RG350. Obviously some of them have warranted several videos, like the PlayStation for example. There's so many great games for it, and a lot of people use this device as a PlayStation 1 emulator. But I think some of these other ones really do warrant it. I think perhaps, you know, on reflection, the Game Boy Advance on this is just simply superb, and that's perhaps one of the most impressive ones out there. If you haven't got original Game Boy Advance hardware, then get yourself one of these, because it plays everything, of course. Now I want to get in that thing. There we are. Oh. I have to kill this guy first, and then I might be able to get on the back of that. There we are. Brilliant. So anyway, we'll call it a day there. As I said, I want to make these videos a little bit shorter now, but hopefully with a few more games in, so that you do make it all the way through. If you have enjoyed today's video, do please give it a thumbs up. Do please consider subscribing for regular vintage and retro gaming content. As you know, there's lots on the channel if you have a look back, and there's loads more still to come. If you have enjoyed today's video, do please give it a thumbs up, and do consider subscribing for regular vintage and retro gaming content, as well as loads of other stuff in that sort of genre on my channel. Thanks for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.